welcome back, folks, and thanks for coming back. Thank the new subscribers and the old ones and the patrons and all you guys that keep coming back here hanging out with my ass. I appreciate it. Thought we'd talk a little bit about these chibson guitars, with cheap guitars in general, but we'll focus on these two here since I have two of them here now. You know, a lot of you guys on there cut them down. I hear all kind of stuff, man. From some people says take them out and shoot them. Make a video of that, or run over them with your car or your truck or whatever. People came up with all kinds of different ideas that they'd like to see me do with these guitars, and why, I don't know. I guarantee you, if I blindfolded you, I've already did this twice now, if I blindfolded you and I rent you this guitar and told you to play it, you wouldn't know it's fake. You would not know it. You can't tell it, man. If you couldn't see it, now there's things to look at that I can look at and see. In fact, I got a video. You should go watch that video. It's called like 26 different ways to spot a chibson from a real Gibson Les Paul, and it goes into great length detail, telling you everything to look for. And then by me knowing that, when I see one, I immediately know that that's fake right there. Two of my friends locally have played this guitar here. They're both Les Paul players. That's all they've ever played. It's all they own. And twice I've done it with two different people now. Blindfolded them and said, play this guitar. Just tell me what you think. If it sucks, tell me. And as soon as I reached it to the second one, he said, I can tell it's a Les Paul. It's heavy. And he felt around one a little bit and he said, it's a Les Paul. And I said, well, just play the thing, man. He played a little bit and he said, yeah, it's a really nice Les Paul. I said, okay, take your blindfold off and look what you got. He took his blindfold off and looked at me. I think he kind of got an idea that I was pulling something on him. Well, he knew that when I hadn't put the blindfold on. Anyways, he looked at it and he really didn't know what to look for. He said he didn't think he could tell it from a real Les Paul, other than the knobs being kind of out of kilter, not, you know, exactly in order the way, or not physically laid out like a real Les Paul is. If you look at them, I think all the Chibsons is like that. Look at the position the knobs are in. Now you can see that's not square. A real Les Paul, I think this knob is down here farther. I think there's a difference in them. That's one of the differences, you can tell. You have to go watch my video on that. In fact, I'll put a link to it right there. And you can learn all those 26, I think it was 26 ways to tell them apart. Anyways, I'm going to come over and get you. We're going to do a little eyeballing here tonight and talking and about these cheap guitars. Why I should shoot it with a gun or run over it with my truck or hang it out of a tall tree and just let it hang outside from then on. Hang it by the headstock. That's what one guy said. Take them out there and hang them up in a tree, man, like you'd hang a cowboy. Just let it hang there. Wow, that's you wouldn't believe some of the stuff people say. Anyway, I want to get you and show you how come I ain't done that yet. Notice I said yet. Well, just dig this a minute. When this guitar was first produced by the Chibson company, it did have cheap tuning machines on it. I put Grovers on there, 18-to-1. Those are brand new. Put a bone nut in it. I redid all the frets, and I've been playing the guts out of this guitar, and you can see there's no fret wear. They need polished again. But there's no actual wear there. They just need cleaned up. But look at this. I put Epiphone pickups in it. Seen somebody talking about this in my comments the other day. For some reason, Epiphone pickups seem to sound better than the pickups Gibson puts in their Les Pauls. So this has got Epiphone pickups in it. Hardware's dirty. It needs cleaned up. Like I say, it don't get laid, it gets played. But wow, man. Like I say, I guarantee you, if you didn't know what to look for, or if you blindfolded and played the guitar, you would not know that it's a fake guitar. You wouldn't know it. It plays, it sounds, it feels, and to some extent looks just like a Les Paul Custom. I know that's upside down, but I'm standing in a really weird bind here. Now that other guitar, I'm going to get it right now and show it to you. This is a Les Paul Standard. I don't have the truss rod coat on it yet. Still got to do some more work when I'm letting it settle down. It's got also Epiphone pickups, as the other one does. The switch said Epiphone on it. The black guitar's got a Switchcraft switch in it. Now this guitar you could tell because like I say, I got to do some more work on it. You know, you play it, you probably know something is not just exactly right yet, but it will be. Of course, y'all seen me do. I didn't really do the frets. I just made sure they were all level. So you see, there's no wear at all on them. None. Come down here where the guitar gets played quite a lot. There's no fret wear. It needs cleaned up. I haven't even polished this guitar yet. In fact, I haven't touched it since the last video you saw of it. I'm going to let it settle down some more, and I'm going to go over it and check everything. I think it might have a fret sticking up somewhere, a couple of them maybe. You can't really tell with that binding. Oh, I don't have binding. Yeah, it does. The way the frets are in there and lap over the binding out here. See what I mean? I don't know if you're seeing that or not. Yeah, there you can see it, I think. Something funky about a fret or two. One in here, in this area here, and another one down in here somewhere. I'm starting to think maybe it's got a hump, what we call a hump, or a ski lift here, where the neck meets the body. This portion of the neck. I'll have to check that and make sure. I don't know that for sure yet. But, you know, and I'll tell you something else about these guitars. You can never sell them. You know, I can't even trade it for a guitar. Not in this country, you know. But hold on, I got a whole bunch of stuff to tell you. I don't think that you can go out and get one of these cheap chibson fake guitars and make it play, sound, and feel like a real one, because just because I got lucky twice and did it is no sure sign you can do it, because they're not all created equal, so to speak. Some of these guitars, the Chibsons I'm talking about, the frets are not in the right place. Some of them are spaced funky. You know, you'd have to pull all the frets and sand down or change the fingerboard, fretboard, and you know, set all that up yourself. Some of them, the bridges back here is totally in the wrong place. There's not enough adjustment there to even make it intonate right. They got cheap pickups in them. They got this, usually the small cheap potentiometers in there. But if you get one, and I was lucky like I was, Kev, thank you, man. Tall thin Kev I'm talking about, thank you. If you get lucky like I was and get ones with the frets in the right place and the bridge in the right place, enough to where you have enough adjustment to intonate the thing, and it's a pretty good chance that you can get it to play like a real one or like a new one. Some of them, the neck angle's even off. I've seen some of them that were off from side to side, and or back and forth, up and down. Yeah, I mean, just all kind of funky things with these Chibson guitars. Like I say, I was very lucky to get two of them that I'm going to be able to make play like this. And you know, the electronics, everything's got to be changed, man. The keys. I guess these are the keys that came on this Chibson. I have to ask Tall Thin Kev about that. They seem to be working okay for the time being. Of course, Chibson made them look like old Gibson tuners, but they're not. I don't think so. They probably say, yeah, they say Gibson Deluxe on them, but I don't believe that. Made in USA, it's even got a serial number. Liars! But yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with these guitars. You know, they can be. These guys didn't care if they didn't care if they built a quality instrument. They just wanted to make one that looked like a quality instrument and get them out, you know, into the public's hands. If I take this to a music store and try to sell it, or sell it rather, you know, I'd go to jail, man. I mean, it would be that serious. I am going to take that black one, or maybe I'll take them both, I don't know yet, and go to a music store. I'm going to try to get my son to run the camera and just take me in, or maybe one, maybe both, and say, you know, what do you give me for them? And just see what, if they up on their game and know that these are fake guitars, if they say, oh yeah, that's a $4,000 guitar right there, I'll give you for that. You know, that would be a good video. Anyways, that's my little rant on the Chibsons. It's not a rant really, I just think it's funny some of the stuff I've been told to do with them. I believe if those people played either one of them, well, this one's not finished yet, I'm going to go over it again, but if they play that black one, I don't think they could take it out and shoot it or hang it up in a tree or run over it with a vehicle or anything like that, because it's just too nice a guitar. I wouldn't care to take that out and jam, do shows with it, you know. In fact, I will if I do any more shows like that. I probably will, and just see how many people recognize it as a fake Gibson. I mean, look at it, man. This is a gorgeous guitar. Who knows what kind of wood the Chinese used in these? Who cares? As long as it stays together and everything's, you know, as close as you can get it, playability wise. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll catch you on another video, probably fixing something the next time. I got some stuff to catch up on here. Don't know what it'll be, can't tell you. I got a Martin D28 that needs completely refretted. Probably gonna have to pull all the frets out of it if you want to see that, or if I even do it on video. Videos really slow things down. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm running, my jaws are flapping in the wind now. I'm just going to say thank you, and I'll see you soon.